Hebrews, Hebrews, Hebrews. This is Prophets of Awakening. This is our men's advanced Bible study night, 20th of June, 2025. We'll be reading out of the book of Jasher, picking up from last night. I'll be reading chapters 85, the breakdown on it. Okay, go to our YouTube channel, Prophets of Awakening. Check out our videos. We have over 1,000 or so videos that you can look at. These videos will lead you to the truth of the Holy Scriptures. And if you like what you're hearing and receiving, I'm asking you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It'll be greatly appreciated. Okay. For those that don't know, this is a non-Messianic channel. We deal with the Tanakh and the Torah. Tanakh being the Old Testament, so-called Book of Remembrance, and the Torah is the first 5 books of the Old Testament that was given to Moses by our Redeemer and our Savior, the Lord of hosts. It consists of our laws, our statutes, judgments, our culture, our way of life. Okay. This channel was created to aid and assist all Hebrews who are waking up in these last days to their true identity. Okay. Shalom and welcome to the channel. And welcome to our men's advanced Bible study night. Okay. We're going to do our normal, which is a moment of silence, a prayer. We'll read the Psalms, break it down, current events, need to know information. Then we'll open it up for any questions, comments, any dialogue. And then we'll go into our topic for discussion, which is we'll be dealing with our ICE or whistleblowers. They revolt against Trump and they telling the whole truth behind it, what's going on behind the scenes, right? We'll deal with that. And then, like I said, I'll be reading out of the book of Jasher, which is chapter 85. We'll read it and then we'll break it down. And then we'll pick a scripture out of among our books, and we'll read it and then we'll break it down. Then we'll close out. And with that being said, this moment of silence is for the Lord of hosts, and all that He's doing to bring about our prophesied deliverance in these last days. Okay, oh Lord, we come before Thee, praising Thee and worshiping Thee for Thy might and Thy power and Thy great understanding. Oh Lord, the end times that You have foretold unto our forefathers upon us. Oh Lord, give us strength and wisdom to endure all that Thou hast foretold. Give us, O Lord, the knowledge to rightly divide Thy word, that we may deliver it in righteousness and in truth. O Lord, we see You, we need You so very much in these latter days, and we will tarry and depend upon You, O Lord, because there is none else besides You, O Lord. You are our deliverer and our redeemer. Peace be unto You. Okay? You want to read the Psalms?
Shalom, yes, sir. Brother Leonard, tonight I'll read Psalms 91, and my subtitle says The Secret Place of the Most High, but it says, verse 1, He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is the refuge of my fortress, my God, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His trust shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor the arrow that flieth by day, nor the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right side, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because He has set His love upon me, Therefore, I will deliver him.
Okay. Okay.
Shalom, Brother Leonard.
Yeah, something happened?
Did I cut out?
Yeah, you went out when you said 13.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll continue from there. So it
14
says,
on it.
14.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And it says, because he have set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. And shalom. That's Psalms 91.
Okay. You got any comments on that?
Uh, Yeah, well, just in verse 4, Brother Leonard, it's a lot in here, but I'll just point out verse 4 when it says, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. I mean, it's David alluding to that the Lord has wings.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, especially when you understand who it is. Yeah, exactly. Another thing with that is that, like I said, they keep thinking that we got to fight in these last days. We're gonna have to defend ourselves. And I continue to keep saying, look at what happened in Egypt. We didn't we didn't have to do nothing. We didn't have to raise a stick because he came, he did everything, delivered us out and all that. But I want to show you right here in this psalm exactly what's going to happen, because then it's also going to show you things that wasn't revealed to us in Egypt. So it says right here in verse, you just read verse 4, right? You see that the Lord of hosts is an angel, right? Verse 5,
Right.
thou shalt not be afraid for terror by night, or nor by the arrow that flies by day. So right here, just kill what they saying about we gonna have to fight. It said, thou shalt not be afraid
Mm,
for terror by night, nor the arrow for arrow that flies by day, nor for pestilence that walketh in the darkness. That's wicked spirits walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. Now here you go. 1,000. Let's kill it right here. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh unto thee. Same thing happened in Egypt, right?
yes, sir.
8. Only with thine eyes, same thing they did in Egypt. Only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. So we got to be here and see, just like they did in Egypt. So we're gonna keep going. Behold, thou hast made the Lord. Behold, thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. Now here you go. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plagues come nigh unto thy dwelling. Second witness, 11. For he shall, here you go. This is the part that they don't tell us about Egypt. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in his ways. See that? So we say, what you talking about? He wreaking havoc in Egypt with the plagues. Who you think protected the Israelites? Okay, we never consider that. But anyway, that's my take on that.
Mm.
Okay. So with that being said, we're gonna go to our current events, play them, and then we'll talk about each one.
Each passing day, Iran, with over 90 million people in a geographic region almost the size of Western Europe, grows stronger. And with each passing day and each passing hour, Israel grows far, far weaker. Israel is, comparatively speaking, a postage stamp, and it's being pulverized. being subjected to enormous numbers of warheads from missiles that it simply can't stop. So now all of a sudden to turn around and suggest that Iran's only viable way forward is to capitulate unconditionally to whatever Washington and Israel, which are almost the same, frankly want, is absurd. It's not going to happen.
You know, as I listen to this, it's astonishing how history keeps repeating itself. The idea that Iran, a nation of over 90 million with deep strategic depth, would simply fold under pressure is profoundly naive. We've seen this arrogance before, whether it was with Iraq, Afghanistan, or most recently Ukraine.
This is Google Pixel 9a with Gemini.
Okay.
Capitulate when backed into a corner, especially when national survival is at stake. This is not a video game, it's a complex, dangerous reality, and the cost of misjudgment could be catastrophic.
The same people who are making these arguments right now about Iran are indistinguishable from the people that made the arguments about Russia's weakness. Russia was running out of ammunition. Russia was running out of tanks. Russia was running out of missiles. Russia was weak. It was incompetent. It was corrupt. Russia could do nothing except bow to our wishes and ultimately surrender to Ukraine. In fact, these same delusional fellows that are now looking at graveyards all over Ukraine that are filled to capacity are still insisting that with a little bit more time and a few more weapons, Ukraine can still prevail. How many times do you have to listen to these same voices that are full of poisonous lies and take them seriously?
That's a powerful question. There's a kind of institutional blindness in Washington that refuses to acknowledge its own failures. When narratives are driven by groupthink and profit motives, reality gets distorted. The result, more wars, more loss, and an ever-growing disconnection from the global strategic landscape.
Americans aren't paying any attention. Let's face it right up front. Our three branches of government consist of one, basically Congress and the White House as one branch, the so-called military-industrial complex, which for the sake of discussion consists of active and retired flag officers, primarily 4-stars, and then the mainstream media. Those are the three branches of government. All three branches are saying the same things now about Iran that were said about Ukraine. They're not really discussing Ukraine very much because they have nowhere to go. We've already lost our position in Ukraine. So now the decision is to shift focus and shift the distribution of resources to Israel on the assumption that, well, we're in a new ball game here and we can win it. And that's the way these people look at it. Well, to some extent, it is a game for the three branches of government that I just described. Truth doesn't matter. You can spend as much as you want. You can use whatever you want, because in their minds, Iran cannot possibly win. Israel is going to inevitably be victorious. Well, that's not true. And right now, the rest of the world is rallying to Iran. Israel is running out of everything. Air defense missiles, strike missiles, whatever, you name it. Their skies are not their own. Their skies are full of Iranian missiles and attack drones. They are losing this war. They started a war without understanding what they were doing.
This is precisely the danger of hubris. Launching military operations without fully understanding your adversary's capabilities has been the downfall of many empires. Israel underestimated Iran's missile capacity and now finds itself increasingly isolated as even global public opinion begins to shift.
Which is incidentally exactly what Ben Gabir was quoted as saying. Why are you trying to bring in the United States? Well, we didn't understand the power of the Iran's missile arsenal. Effectively, that's what he said. He's right. Only he admitted it by accident in public. Well, the word is out everywhere, but in the United States, and the same three branches of government, the military, the Congress, and then ultimately the mainstream media are pumping out lies, saying that this is over. And unfortunately, Donald Trump, who has no depth of understanding whatsoever in these areas, certainly no strategic understanding, is inclined to believe what he hears. He doesn't know. So if the same group of 4-stars that told us, 3-4 years ago, Russia was doomed, Ukraine would win, Ukraine is winning, are all telling him now Israel is going to dominate everything. Israel is going to win. We can go in and deliver the coup d'etat. In other words, we can go in and one big massive strike. We can turn this whole thing around and Iran will surrender. And he's believing it.
The temptation of quick, decisive victory is always alluring, but rarely realistic. Airstrikes and high-tech weaponry cannot substitute for political strategy or long-term stability. We've learned this painfully from Vietnam to Iraq, yet somehow these hard-earned lessons are repeatedly cast aside.
Do you think that Iran would actually target our fleet at Bahrain?
Yes, without hesitation. And I think President Trump knows that. But I think President Trump is betting very heavily on the promises that are being made to him by the Air Force and the Navy and Special Ops. What are those promises? Very simply, if we drop these giant bunker busters on the Iranian nuclear facility, we can destroy or disrupt that. But we can also decapitate the regime. We can drop these giant bombs on Tehran and kill lots of people at the top. This, of course, is nonsense. We should have learned this by now.
Exactly.
Here's how a doctor treats toenail fungus with
Leadership rarely breaks a nation's will. Often it strengthens it. Look at history. When Germany believed the Soviet Union was finished after purging its officer corps, they were blindsided by the Red Army's resilience. Iran, too, has layers of leadership and national unity that are often misunderstood in the West.
That's I tried to explain to several people before the Second World War really got underway with Stalin in 1941. The Germans were convinced that the Soviets had killed 35,000 of their best officers, and therefore the Soviet armed forces could not operate effectively, and certainly couldn't recover from the reverses that were inflicted on it in 1941. That all turned out to be fundamentally wrong. When you start killing people at the top, you got to keep in mind that there are lots of other energetic, intelligent, ambitious people below them ready to step in. And they may turn out to be much better than the originals that you killed. Well, I think we're going to find that is true very much in Iran. The whole thing is nonsensical. We're betting that air and naval power will deliver victory. It never has. It can facilitate success, but it's not going to fundamentally change the equation on the ground. And you're not talking about little Iraq, which frankly, compared with Iran, is quite small, and we never did have to operate in the mountains for any length of time in the north. This is not Iraq. It's not the National Training Center that you and I know, which is a postage stamp. So you're dealing with a great power. Now, here's the other part of it. The world is rallying to Iran, not to us. We are hated and despised for supporting the genocidal regime in Israel. Well, Americans don't know that. They don't particularly care. But again, the mainstream media and the government itself, along with the senior ranks of the military, they're all in the pockets of the Israel lobby. So they're going to preach war, war, war. And they also think we can strike with impunity. They think we can blow things up and nothing will happen to us. We're about to get an education.
And that's the terrifying part. We live in...
Okay. Got any feedback on that? What you think?
Shalom, yes sir. It sound like it's all going to plan to I forgot what that plan's called, but Pike, Albert Pike or what have you.
Yeah, Albert Pike.
Right.
Morals and Dogma.
Morals and yes sir. That right there, it sounds like that's what's going on for the World War III that's talked about in there in that book.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, exactly. And it's go along with this what we've been watching too on what's happening in America, how delusional we've seen it firsthand, how the people that's in charge now, they straight up delusional. Those Christian nationalists, all of them, and no matter what, they're gonna come up with their own scenario, which is delusional. And that's gonna be it's already their downfall. We can see what he's doing with these tariffs. They're doing just the opposite. Okay. So with that being said, like I said, I'm keeping a watch on this this one Africa thing. Here we go.
Shocking. One Africa government makes first move against the West.
This right here is humongous. Nobody really paying no attention to it. They don't really see the significance of it, but check it out.
By Takunda Mabika, Southern Africa Breaking News. Tisu Vanhu Vacho. And this time, we're standing for all of Africa, not just survival, but supremacy. Welcome to the shift. Africa, something historic is unfolding before our very eyes. In a move described as strategic, shocking, and overdue, the newly forming One Africa government has reportedly made its first major decision, and it directly challenges the dominance of Western powers. This is not fiction. This is not speculation. According to Chairman Shadow, our senior insider in the African Union Advisory Circle, the first shot has quietly been fired in Africa's political rebirth. And this time, it's Africa setting the terms. This video brings you exclusive leaked details from AU boardrooms, whispers from top diplomats, and private memos between African states, all pointing toward a massive shift in how Africa will deal with the world from now on. The West is watching. The question is, are you? Part 1. What happened inside the AU meeting? Let's start with the source, a classified virtual summit held just 3 days ago between top AU leadership and representatives from 27 African nations. According to our AU insider, Chairman Shadow, this Zoom call was chaired by none other than AU chairperson João Lourenço of Angola, with administrative and policy direction from Mahmoud Ali Yusuf of Djibouti, the current chairperson of the African Union Commission. On the agenda, a confidential vote on whether Africa should begin pulling diplomatic weight away from Western institutions, specifically on 2 urgent issues. 1, whether African nations should freeze participation in the next IMF round. 2, whether to create a new African credit bank designed to rival the World Bank. And here's the kicker. General, 20 out of the 27 countries voted yes. Part 2, who voted yes and why it matters. Countries that supported the motion include Burkina Faso, Traore's revolutionary influence again, South Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, Algeria, Senegal, Uganda, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Rwanda, Egypt. According to Mama Pan Africa, a fearless diplomat we trust deeply, these nations argued that Western institutions continue to profit from African poverty and that it's time to redefine partnerships based on equality, not pity. A diplomat from Egypt reportedly said, they give us loans with interest, but never freedom with value. Part 3, introducing the African Credit Bank, ACB. The leaked document drafted by the economist of Addis reveals a full economic plan to create a continental lending institution called the African Credit Bank. Key highlights: headquarters to be based in Nairobi with branches in Accra, Addis Ababa, and Lagos. Currency: the bank will lend and operate using a proposed Pan-African digital currency pegged to resource wealth, not USD. Target: to phase out dependency on Western institutions like the IMF and World Bank within 10 years. Key funders: Nigeria, Egypt, Ethiopia, South Africa, and surprise, China has expressed interest in backing it silently. This isn't just symbolism. This is Africa saying, we're ready to finance ourselves. Part 4, what the West thinks. According to Protocol Black, an AU technician who listens to every closed-door audio feed in the Addis server room, the West got the signal, loud and clear. The US Embassy in South Africa allegedly requested an emergency intelligence briefing after the AU meeting, while an anonymous EU source described the plan as the most direct threat to post-colonial economic power we've seen since the non-aligned movement. France is reportedly furious, especially with former colonies like Senegal, Burkina Faso, and Mali being among the most vocal. But Africa says, enough.
Okay. Any comments on that? What you think about that?
It's a lot of Pan-Africanism in there,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Yes, sir. And then,
Yeah,
Brother Leonard, oh, go ahead, sir.
No,
Traore's
go
role,
ahead.
the
Go ahead.
catalyst. Ibra,
Oh, I was gonna say the problem too with the Pan-Africanism part of it is they don't understand Gog and Magog, or Russia and China, what their place is and the deals that they have in Africa. So they can, when I'm looking at it from like from the fourth beast point of view, they want to bring Africa together as one. Then it's easier to take it.
Exactly, right. Exactly. And then when you understand, when you look at it from the seven continents, and Africa being the continent with all the resources, that's the hook that he's talking about in Ezekiel 37. All the resources that's in the Congo and Sahel and all that is the hook that brought Gog and Magog there.
Yes,
You
sir.
know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
In these last days, yeah. So it's playing out, just like you said. And also through this what's going on right now, we being delivered on a DL. We're leaving this place. A lot of people leaving here. Migration's already started. A lot of them. But nobody don't see it like that. But it's already happened. You already got a bunch of blacks that already left here. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, with that being said, and then here go another thing. Let's play it. Then let's see what I'm talking about.
I don't know if you all noticed that Trump list of the countries that he doesn't want to come to the U.S. of the people he.
They keep on saying Trump. These Edomites, because they sitting there. They have our scriptures. They're sitting there looking at them. Okay.
Believes shouldn't be able to come to the U.S. or he's bending. Have you all noticed that it's mostly black people? Have you all noticed it's either black people or islanders? I wonder why. My question is, why not Europe? Why not European countries? Why not France, Germany, Finland, Spain, Italy? Why not?
Travel ban.
But no, it's predominantly black people. There is a reason for that. And then you want to tell me that he's not racist? That he's going to make America great again? Yeah, it's the white America.
The Trump administration is looking to add 36 more countries to their travel ban list for countries who cannot enter the United States or have severe travel restrictions to the United States. And shocker, they're all in Africa or the Caribbean. This administration is considering adding 60 more countries to this travel ban, which is unprecedented. And these countries have 60 days.
So it's just like trying to stop the migration from Africa. Egypt, when the Lord of hosts went to get the Israelites, imagine you standing there trying to stop it. This is what they're doing right here.
To meet whatever requirements that they're asking of them, or they will be banned. The countries include Angola, Antigua and Barbuda, Benin, Bhutan, Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, Cambodia, Cameroon, Democratic Republic of Congo, Djibouti. Clearly, this is racially driven. It has to be, because how is it all countries of black people? Everything in this country is about race. I've always told you guys that.
So Trump wants to ban almost all African countries from going to USA. Can you believe this? Out of 54 countries, he wants to ban 32 countries. And this is the reason why. Let's start with Tanzania. So recently, Tanzania's dropped the USD in trading. So they banned the use of USD in trading. Nobody's supposed to use USD. And this is the main reason, because Trump warned anyone, if you stop trading using USD, you are going to be isolated from the market and you will never step foot in USA. So this is the reason why Tanzania was banned. Let's go to Namibia. Namibia also dropped. They banned the use of USD, and also they kicked out all the mining companies. All the mining companies that were taking all the resources from Namibia, from USA, they kicked them out. So this is the reason why they also kicked out Namibia. Let's go to Ghana. So Ghana made a new gold, which are the small miners. They're supposed to sell their goods to the government. Before, USA used to get the gold from the small miners, but Ghana said that one will be illegal from now on. If you still want to buy gold, they should buy from the government. And this is the main reason. Just because Ghana is waking up, just because Ghana currency is overtaking USD, Trump is not happy with it. How about Burkina Faso? Burkina Faso is the root of everything. Burkina Faso is the main reason why all the countries, all the African countries, they are waking up. In USA, they are not happy with this. And Burkina Faso has refused to share their gold with USA, and USA want all the gold from Burkina Faso. So they are going to be banned because of this. Let me begin next. What we are witnessing here is the same playbook that's been used for decades, just with new language and new methods. The days of direct colonization might be over, but economic control, diplomatic pressure, and immigration restrictions are just the new tools in an old game. Let's also talk about the racial angle because it cannot be ignored. If 30 of these 36 banned countries were majority white nations, the world would be in an uproar. If Trump banned France, Canada, Australia, and Italy all at once, there would be no hiding behind security concerns. But when it's a black and brown nations, it's easier for the media to stay quiet. It's easier for the average American to assume, well, they must be poor, dangerous, unstable. That's the underlying assumption driving this whole thing. Black countries are problems. Black countries are liabilities. Black countries are expandable. But that's not the truth. The truth is that black countries are rising. Africa is rising, and that rise threatens the old world order. These countries are not being banned because they are failures. They are being banned because they are becoming strong in ways that doesn't serve West interest. And for people who still want to pretend this isn't racial, I ask you, where are the bans on the nations that fund actual terrorism? Where are the travel bans on the countries exporting white supremacist extremism, cybercrime, or environmental destruction? They don't exist because this isn't really about safety. It's about punishment, it's about maintaining dominance, and it's about silencing dissent. Let's not forget, many of these countries on this list are the same ones whose leaders have spoken out publicly against the IMF, the World Bank, and other international bodies that have historically trapped developing nations in a cycle of debt and dependency. And let's not.
Okay. Any comments on that?
Yes, sir. I had seen a video about him adding those 36 countries. I mean,
Right.
just like the lady saying in the video, I mean, he targeting us. I mean, I think it's clear as day. And since he been operating or executing Project 2025, it's been getting on how I should say it, but I've been seeing it the target audience getting more clear, and it's being directed towards us. Like you said, it started off as being the Latino or Hispanic thing or whatever, but nah, it's about us for sure.
Exactly. Ain't that something?
Right. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Oh, brother
yeah.
Leonard, y'all mentioned this yesterday. The ladies mentioned this, the 13th and the 13th or 14th Amendment or what have you. And when he came out and he said that a while ago, the news clip, those amendments they literally only exist because of us. So if they're talking about changing them or going back on them, that would mean that they have to be talking to us, no matter
Exactly.
what it looks like with the other immigrants.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. And then like he just said right here with the travel ban, you know, all the countries is people of color. That's crazy. And then everything else he's doing is all direct toward us. I mean, it's baboon can see that. Yeah. So with that being said, I'm opening it up for some Q&A. Anybody have any questions or comments or any dialogue about anything they came across in their research or they heard on this channel or these channels and they want to bring it out? Any comments?
Oh, shalom, brother Leonard. I was reading in Jasher, and you know how we was talking about you was telling me how stuff sticks out after you know more information, then you read something again and then it sticks out to you. Because I done read this before, but it didn't occur to me. So in Jasher 24, that's a long chapter. Wait, that's not. Wait, Jasher 24. Yes, sir. So this one is about. So I had ended up seeing as when I was reading about Abraham, when Abraham and Sarah had went through, and I'm seeing that there's two Abimelechs. Like There's a okay, in verse 20 it says, in Jasher 24:19, it says,
Right,
at the revolution of the year, Abimelech, king of the Philistines, died in that year. He was
right,
193 years old, right? And
right,
then in verse 20 it says, and it was after the death of Abimelech that the people of Gerar took Ben-Melech, his son, and he was only 12 years old, and they made him lion in the place of his father. And they called his name Abimelech after the
right,
name of his father.
right.
So then that got me thinking, like, okay, so the Abimelech that Isaac was dealing with was this dude, Abimelech.
Yeah, right. The young one.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Right.
Okay.
And then also another light that's being shined on that is Abimelech is a title. See that?
Right. Okay. See, now
Just
I
like
missed that.
Melchizedek. Just like
Right.
Melchizedek. That's a title.
And like Pharaoh.
Right. Exactly. Right.
Okay. I'm with you. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So with that being said,
Mm.
yeah. So I'm gonna play this video. It's got to do with Iran threatening to release some secret information about Israel's nuclear. Check it out. Okay.
There's a secret in West Asia that everyone knows, but no one officially admits. It is Israel's nuclear weapons. Israel has never confirmed that it has nukes. It has always maintained ambiguity. But ambiguity only works if no one shines a light, and Iran wants to change that. Iran wants to reveal Israel's secrets to the world. How? With a treasure trove of secret documents, all detailing Israel's secret nuclear facilities and its arsenal. So what exactly is Iran threatening to reveal, and where did this information come from? Also, why now, at a time when both nations are already at the edge of conflict? Our next report tells you.
It's the worst kept secret in West Asia. Israel has nuclear weapons. It won't say it does, and it won't say it doesn't. But the world knows. The intelligence community knows. And most of all, Iran knows. For decades, Israel's policy has been one of nuclear ambiguity. Officially, it neither confirms nor denies the existence of its nuclear arsenal. But the estimates range from 80 to 200 nuclear warheads. This poker face strategy has served Israel for over 5 decades. The problem for Israel is that it only works if no one peeks at your cards. What Iran is now threatening to do is rip the veil off that carefully guarded secret, or at least create the impression that the veil has already slipped. Iran's intelligence minister says the country will reveal sensitive Israeli documents related to its nuclear facilities. Esmail Katib calls them a treasure trove, but he hasn't provided any immediate evidence.
The Iranian intelligence service has obtained a large amount of strategic and sensitive information and documents of the Zionist regime, including thousands of documents related to the regime's nuclear projects and facilities.
Iran is yet to confirm what evidence it has gathered, but it claims it has thousands of documents. Where did these come from? Well, it could be linked to Roy Mizrahi and Al-Magatias. The 2 Israeli nationals were arrested in May for allegedly spying for Iran. It could also be connected to a reported hacking of an Israeli nuclear research center last year. Why does it matter? If Iran begins to publish what it claims to know, the implications are vast. For one, it will pressure Israel to respond diplomatically, militarily, or at least publicly. The long-maintained myth could become untenable. It could also offer hostile actors a rare window into Israel's most guarded infrastructure. More crucially, it could ignite a regional arms race. And then there's the international legal question. Israel is not a signatory to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. It could raise questions on being a responsible nuclear power. So any such revelation could raise a lot of questions. But such posturing is not new for Iran or Israel. For years, the two countries have waged covert operations against each other. Israel has been accused of assassinating Iranian nuclear scientists. Iran responded with its own cyber attacks and reportedly began grooming insiders within Israel's intelligence community. So it's not hard to imagine that Iran's intelligence agencies finally scored. Or maybe this is just smoke and mirrors, a move meant to distract from its own nuclear program. Last week, the United Nations nuclear watchdog said that Iran had carried out secret nuclear activities. European powers are pushing for a reimposition of UN sanctions. So where does this end? The next phase may not be about stopping the bomb. It is about managing the presence of multiple ones, held by enemies who despise each other and distrust every word the other says. Israel still won't talk about its nukes. Iran now won't stop talking about its capability. And West Asia is caught between a secret and a threat.
Okay, what's your take on that? You got any comments on that?
Shalom.
You got any comments
Shalom.
on that? Yeah.
Oh no, sir. Why what stuck out about that to you, brother? And my headphones messed up.
Okay, yeah. It's like I've been saying all of a sudden, all along. They got it looking like Israel's on its back, but when it's all said and done, Israel gonna be the #1 power when it's all said and done. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't did too much stuff and went through too much stuff to go out like this. It's got to be some kind of scheme or plot on what we're looking at. Like I said, their objective is to build that temple. So don't ever think they forgot about that. Okay.
Oh, brother Leonard, have they destroyed that mosque yet, or that last? Didn't they need to destroy? Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
They ain't destroyed yet. Yeah. You see this? You see the information on the screen about this guy want to know about the Book of Enoch. You see it?
I don't see
Here you go.
anything.
Hold on.
Okay.
There it is. It says, is it some kind of way you can show them the books? You want to know about the Book of Enoch, the one that we have, and the Book of Adam and Eve.
Yes, sir. I'll grab them right quick.
Yeah, and then he says, I need Jasher and Jubilees. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So hold one, bro. Right, he's gonna show them to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so while we're doing that, I'm gonna start. Let me get this. Need to know information. Okay, yeah. So our topic for discussion is, it's got a whistleblower that's blowing a whistle on what's going on with these ICE raids and what's going on behind the scenes. Okay, let me get that right quick. Okay, yeah. So they go to books right there. That's Enoch, Jubilees, and Jasher all in one. It's all in one book. That's the one we deal with. Can you go up and show them the author? Yeah. This is a black and white book. And that's the author right there. It's got all 3 books in it. It got Enoch, the Book of Jubilees, and the Book of Jasher. You got a copy of the book Adam and Eve.
Oh, the Adam and Eve. Yes, sir. Give me 1 more second. I gotta grab that one, Brother Leonard. I'll be right back.
I got it right here. I'll show him this one. You heard me?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
I
sir.
got it right here. I got it right here. I'm gonna show it to him.
Okay, yes, sir.
Yeah, here you go. This is the book of Adam and Eve. Right here, and then that's the author right there. So Joseph B. Lumpkin. Yeah. I think you can get those books used too. You ain't got to necessarily get them new. Okay. Okay, so with that being said, we get back over here with this. It says this guy he's a supposedly whistleblower, and he's behind the scenes telling us what actually is what the objective for the ICE raids are all about. Here we go.
Apparently, we have some ICE whistleblowers from inside, and they are spilling the tea. They are telling all. They are letting everybody know what's going on, the decisions that the higher ups are making that they have to enforce. So first of all, before I even start, let me just say, fuck ICE. They should absolutely be abolished. The fact that these people are telling the truth, that doesn't exonerate them of the crimes that they're committing on a daily basis. This is Trump's Gestapo. Let's be clear about that. That's why you have all these ICE agents who were deputized like last fucking week in plain clothes with plain license plates on their cars, covering their faces, rounding up innocent people because they know, man, everything we're doing is illegal. And there could be some pushback to this in the future. Okay, so look at this. Trump administration's 3,000 ICE arrests per day quota is taking focus off criminals and killing morale. So remember, the initial quota was 1,200. Even to get to that 1,200 number, you had to just start rounding up innocent people. Let's be clear about that. But Stephen Miller berated ICE and said, you got to go to Home Depots, you got to go to 7-Elevens, you got to go to hair salons, you got to go to farms, you got to round up people, bro. And after he berated them, then they cranked it up again. And now it's 3,000 minimum per day.
It's impossible to do a whole day's work in just seconds.
Is no focus. We're going to get the gangsters, we're going to get the criminals, we're going to get the thugs. This is what Trump says all the fucking, we're going after the worst people, we're going after the gangsters, the thugs, the criminals. Fucking horseshit. Read any of the specifics of the people they're rounding up, and you will know that is a lie. It is the clearest lie ever told. All right, here we go. The Trump administration's mandate to arrest 3,000 illegal migrants per day is forcing ICE agents to deprioritize going after dangerous criminals and targets with deportation orders, insiders warn. Instead, federal immigration officers are spending more time rounding up people off the streets, sources said. Quote, all that matters is numbers, pure numbers, quantity over quality, one immigrations and customs enforcement insider told the Post. Holy shit. Trump and Stephen Miller have gone so extreme and so fascist that even their Gestapo is going, damn, bro, they really don't care who we're getting. They just want us to hit that number of 3,000 a day. The policy is also, quote, unmaintainable at current staffing levels, and it's, quote, killing morale, sources added. So in other words, everybody who's out there protesting, everybody who's out there trying to protect their neighbors and going after these ICE agents and trying to chase them out of their neighborhoods, you are making a difference. You are changing the game. You are helping to fix this by fighting back aggressively. And the agency is burning through its budget at a breakneck pace, with ICE already $1 billion over budget, Axios reported Monday. On Sunday, Trump doubled down on his plans to deport illegal immigrants, saying ICE agents would carry out the single largest mass deportation in history in Democrat-led cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago. Agents are desperate to meet the White House's high expectations, leading them to leave some dangerous criminal illegal migrants on the streets and instead look for anyone they can get their hands on at the local Home Depot or bus stop, ICE insiders say. Quote, these quotas are undermining the agency's ability to focus on the really serious criminal aliens, said John Sandweg, a former ICE director under President Barack Obama. What a fucking admission from the people who are doing the work. What an astonishing admission that is. And by the way, it matches up with all the record that we have. How many times do we hear, a U.S. veteran was picked up by ICE, an American citizen was picked up by ICE. They arrested a U.S. Marshal the other day because they're going, I don't know, that guy looks brown, grab him. Literally, that's what they're doing. They continue here. The quotas force ICE agents to let illegal migrant gangbangers and criminals fly under the radar because the feds no longer have the time for the days-long investigations it takes to hunt them down, said ICE insiders and Sandwich. So understand what he's saying here is they only care about the number, and they don't actually do the hard work necessary to be in this position. So the hard work is, yes, if you're going to go after undocumented immigrants who are also violent criminals, that has like 80 or 90% support in the country. That's something virtually everybody supports that, right? But in order to do that, you got to do work. You got to collect evidence. You got to figure out who the baddies are. You got to go through the records, etc. Right? And instead, it's just go out and get anybody, bro. Quote, the transnational gang members, the convicted felons, the bad actors make it hard on ICE to find them. They don't just sit there and make it easy. They don't show up in a Home Depot parking lot hanging around, says Sandweg. He had a quote, they have no choice but to pivot away from that guy because you could sink 100 hours to get that gang member and you get one arrest. But it's a really good arrest and made a huge impact on public safety. White House spokeswoman Abigail Jackson said anyone who is in the U.S. illegally is at risk of deportation. Apparently, it's not just that. It's also people who are here legally. White House advisor Stephen Miller instructed ICE to focus on easier targets as he ordered the agency to ramp up its arrest numbers, the Wall Street Journal reported earlier this month. In one meeting, he said he could sweep Home Depots and 7-Eleven convenience stores and immediately collar 30 illegal migrants in Washington, D.C., according to newspapers, which quoted sources in the room. Who here thinks they can do it? Miller reportedly said. The Trump administration initially instituted an 1,800 per day quota. At one point, I read 1,200 was the bare minimum. But ICE insiders say the quota is doing more harm than good. Quote, we are working constantly at an unimaginable pace. It takes hours to process one person who is illegally in the country and to be told what you're doing. Everything that we said was happening. It is now being verified and validated by every single ICE agent who's spilling the tea here. They're saying, look, we're tired. We're fed up. There's not enough of us. They're telling us to go round up anybody. We're doing it. It's leading to a backlash. We'd like to just focus on the criminals, et cetera, et cetera. Like, this is everything we've said. And all of those horror stories are exactly that. Now Trump's trying to send 9,000 people minimum to Guantanamo Bay. So sent them to the slave labor gulag concentration camp in El Salvador, over 200 of them, innocent people, no criminal record, 75 to 90% of them, no criminal record. Now sending them to Guantanamo Bay. Do you not understand this is a crime against humanity? Do you not understand?
Any comments on that? Is there something?
Yes, sir. 1,200 people a day is insane.
Exactly. Like you said, they getting anybody. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Is there something?
Yes, sir. And that sounds like how you keep shouting like Pastor Manning too, because Pastor Manning was talking about, just like in this video, the system that they set up to even be able to grab the people this fast like that.
Exactly, right. Exactly. And then, like I said, a lot of people were forgetting about Rex 84. That was the whole purpose of letting all the Mexicans in here when they did, and with Biden was, you know, to have a reason to with the amendment that Reagan did with Rex 84. So they both go together. King Albert plan and Rex 84 go together. And when you understand that, you got to know we the next ones they coming at, because both of them go together. Yeah. So anyway, I'm in the book of Jasher. I'm gonna read chapter 85. I read 83 and 84 last night on the women's line. So I'm gonna read 85 right here. It's got a lot of information in it, but I'm gonna read it. I'm in Jasher chapter 85. Okay. So here we go. It says, and King Arad the Canaanite, who dwelt in the south, heard that the Israelites had come by the way of the spies, and he arranged his forces to fight against the Israelites. So I hadn't really focused on this, but the day I was reading, I said, okay, it started making a lot of sense. It says, and the children of Israel were greatly afraid of him. Right? We know about Bashan and Shan, but I hadn't really focused in on this guy right here. It says King Arad, a Canaanite, right? It says, and the children of Israel were greatly afraid of him, and he had a great and heavy army. So the children of Israel resolved to return to Egypt. This is how dangerous this dude was. They decided to go back to Egypt. It says, and the children of Israel turned back about the distance of 3 days' journey until master Bina Jacob, for they were greatly afraid on account of King Arad. And the children of Israel would not go back to their places. So they remained in Bina Jacob for 30 days. Now here we go. And when the children of the Levites, you go to suffering servant, like I see right here, this is suffering servant. And when the children of the Levites saw, this say job, the children of Levi saw that the children of Israel would not turn back. And they were jealous for the sake of the Lord. These Levites, they got a zeal for the Lord. And they rose up, fought against the Israelites, their brethren, right, on account of the Lord of hosts, and slew of them a great body, and forced them to turn back to their place, to Mount Horeb. So, like I was saying before, this is how you understand who the suffering servant is. We know he took the Levites from among the Israelites to himself. They serve him in the temple, and they serve him. So that goes to temple slaves right there. That's the suffering servant. So 7, and Israel vowed a vow, saying, if thou wilt deliver this people into my hands, then will we utterly destroy their cities. So back to what I told you how important a vow is. So they made a vow to the Lord and said, if you get rid of this nut bucket right here, King Arad, we're gonna do the job. So here we go, 8. And the Lord hearkened to the voice of Israel, and he delivered the Canaanites into their hands, and he utterly destroyed them and their cities. And he called the name of the place Hormah. So what you gotta do is you gotta ingrain this name right in your head, because it's gonna come up again. So it says, and the children of Israel journeyed from Mount Horeb and pitched in Obah, and they journeyed from Obah and they pitched in Abram in the borders of Moab. And the children of Israel sent to Moab, saying, let us pass through that land into our place. But the children of Moab would not suffer the children of Israel to pass through their land. For the children of Moab were afraid that the children of Israel should do unto them as Sihon, king of the Amorites, had done to them, who had taken their land and had slain many of them. Therefore Moab would not suffer the Israelites to pass through his land. And the Lord commanded the children of Israel, saying that they should not fight against Moab. So the Israelites removed from Moab, and the children of Israel journeyed from the borders of Moab, and they came to the other side of On, to the borders of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites, and they pitched in the borders of Sihon, king of the Amorites, in the wilderness of Kidmon. And the children of Israel sent messengers unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, saying, let us pass through thy land, and we will not turn into the fields or into the vineyards. We will go along by the king's highway until we shall have passed by the border. But Zion will not suffer the Israelites to pass. So Zion collected all the people of the Amorites and went forth into the wilderness to meet the children of Israel, and he fought against Israel at Jahaz. And the Lord delivered Zion, king of the Amorites, into the hands of the children of Israel, and Israel smote all the people of Zion with the edge of the sword, and avenged the cause of Moab. And the children of Israel took possession of the land of Zion from Aram unto Jotbath, unto the children of Ammon, and they took all the spoils of the cities. And Israel took all these cities, and Israel dwelt in all the cities of the Amorites. And all the children of Israel resolved to fight against the children of Ammon to take their land also. So the Lord said unto the children of Israel, do not perceive the children of Ammon, neither stir up battle against them, for I will give nothing to you of their land. And the children of Israel hearkened to the word of the Lord, and did not fight against the children of Ammon. So notice what's going on. Like I said, knowledge is a must. So Moab and Ammon are the people that came from Lot. When Lot left with his 2 daughters, he had 2 boys, Moab and Ammon. That's what these children, they multiplied. And notice what the Lord is telling them: don't fight against the Moabites, and don't fight against the Ammonites, because that's their kinsmen, right? So, like I said, now go to what I told you in Egypt. When he brought the 10 plagues, he said the 10 plagues was to let the world know there's a difference between the Egyptians, the Hamites, and the Israelites. They ain't no kin to them. Like I said, that's a lie. One of the biggest lies they told us. The Ham, Shem, and Japheth brothers. But he telling us right here, the Moabites is Lot's children is some kin to the Israelites. So he said, don't attack them. Ammonites too. But when he went to Egypt, he shut down the Egyptians because they ain't no kin to the Israelites. Okay? Anyway, it says, 17, and the children of Israel took possession of the land of Sion from Aaron of the Jacob until the children of Naaman, and they took all the spoils of the city. And Israel took all these cities, and Israel dwelt in the cities of the Amorites, and all the children of Israel resolved to fight against the children of Ammon to take their land also. So the Lord said unto the children of Israel, do not besiege the children of Ammon, neither stir up battle against them, for I will give nothing to you of their land. And the children of Israel hearkened to the words of the Lord, and did not fight against the children of Ammon. And the children of Israel turned and went up by the way of Bashan to the land of Og, king of Bashan. And Og, the king of Bashan, went out and met the Israelites in battle. And he had with him many valiant men, and very strong force from the people of the Amorites. And Og, king of Bashan, was a very powerful man, but Riron, his son, was exceedingly powerful, even stronger than he was. And Og said in his heart, behold, now the whole camp of Israel takes up a space of 3 paras. Now will I smite them at once without a sword or a spear. And Og went up to Mount Jahaz, took thereupon one of the large stones, and the length of it, which was 3 parses, and he placed it on his head, and he resolved to throw it upon the camp. And the children of Israel to smite all the Israelites with that stone, right? And the angel of the Lord came and pierced the stone upon the head of Og, and the stone fell upon the necks of Og, that Og fell to the earth on account of the weight of the stone upon his neck. At that time, the Lord said to the children of Israel, be not afraid of him, for I have given him and all his people and all his land into your hands, and ye shall do to him as you did to Zion. And Moses went down to him with a small number of children of Israel, and Moses smote Og with a stick at the ankles and his feet, and slew him. And the children of Israel afterwards pursued the children of Israel of Og and all his people, and they beat and destroyed them till there was no remnant left of them. Moses afterwards sent some of the children of Israel to spy out Jazer. But Jazer was a very famous city, and the spies went in Jazer and explored it, and the spies trusted in the Lord, and they fought against the men of Jazer. And these men took Jazer and its villages, and the Lord delivered them to their hands, and they drove out the Amorites who had been there. And the children of Israel took the land of the 2 kings of the Amorites, 60 cities, which were of the other side of Jordan, from the brook of Arnon unto Mount Hermon. And the children of Israel journeyed and came into the plains of Moab, which is on the side of the Jordan by Jericho. And the children of Moab heard all the evil which the children of Israel had done to the kings of the Amorites. So Zion, up to Zion and to Og. So all the men of Moab were greatly afraid of the Israelites. And the elders of Moab said, behold, the 2 kings of the Amorites, Zion and Og, who were more powerful than all the kings of the earth, could not stand before the children of Israel. How then can we stand before them? Surely they sent us a message before now to pass through our land on their way, and we would not suffer them. Now they will turn upon us with their heavy swords and destroy us. And Moab was distressed on account of the children of Israel, and they were greatly afraid of them, and they counseled together what was to be done to the children of Israel. And the elders of Moab resolved and took one of their men, Balak, the son of Zippor of the Moabites, and made him king over them at that time. And Balak was a very wise man. And the elders of Moab rose up, sent to the children of Midian to make peace with them, for a great battle and enmity had been in those days between Moab and Midian. For the days of Hadad, the son of Behad, king of Edom, who smote Midian in the fields of Moab unto these days. And the children of Moab sent to the children of Midian, and they made peace with them. And the elders of Midian came to the land of Moab to make peace in behalf of the children of Midian. And the elders of Moab counseled with the children of Midian what to do in order to save their lives from Israel. And all the children of Moab said to the elders of Midian, now therefore the children of Israel lick up all that are round about us, as the ox licks up the grass of the field. For thus did they do to the two kings of the Amorites, who are stronger than we are. Okay? So it says in the elders of Midian said to Moab, we have heard that the time when Sihon, king of the Amorites, fought against you, when he prevailed over you and took your land, he had sent to Bor, the son of Janus, and Balaam, the son of Mesopotamia, and they came and they cursed you. Therefore did the hand of Sihon prevail over you, that he took your land. Now therefore send you also to Balaam his son, for he will remain in his land, and give him his hire, that he may come and curse all the people of whom you are afraid. So the elders of Moab heard this thing, and it pleased them to send Balaam the son of Beor. So you see what's going on, right? It's giving you the backside information to Numbers 20, 23 and 24, right?
Yes, sir.
You see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 44 says, Balak, son of Zippor, king of Moab, sent messengers to Balaam, saying, behold, there is a people coming out of Egypt. Behold, they cover the face of the earth, and they abide over against me. Now therefore come, curse this people for me, for they are too mighty for me. Peradventure I shall prevail to fight against them and drive them out. For I heard that he whom thou blessest is blessed, and whom you curse is cursed. So the messengers of Balak went to Balaam, brought Balaam to curse the people to fight against Moab. And Balaam came to Balak to curse, excuse me, to curse Israel. And the Lord said to Balaam, curse not this people, for it is blessed. And Balaam urged Balaam day by day to curse Israel. But Balaam hearkened not to Balak on account of the words of the Lord, which he had spoken to Balaam. And when Balak saw that Balaam would not accede to his wishes, he rose up and went home. And Balaam also returned to his land, and he went from there to Midian. And the children of Israel journeyed from the plains of Moab, pitched by the Jordan, from Bel Jeshmoth even unto Abel Sittim, at the end of the plains of Moab. And when children of Israel abode in the plains of Sittim, they began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. And the children of Israel approached Moab. And the children of Moab pitched their tents outside the camp of the children of Israel. And the children of Moab were afraid of the children of Israel. And the children of Moab took all their daughters and their wives of beautiful aspect and comely appearance, and dressed them in gold and silver and costly garments. And the children of Moab seated those women at the door of their tents, in order that the children of Israel might see them and turn to them and not fight against Moab. And all the children of Moab did this thing to the children of Israel, and every man pleased his wife and his daughter at the door of his tent. And all the children of Israel saw the acts of the children of Moab. And the children of Israel turned to the daughters of Moab, coveted them, and they went to them. And it came to pass that when a Hebrew came to the door of a tent of Moab and saw a daughter of Moab, he desired her in his heart, and spoke with her at the door of the tent that which he desired. While they were speaking together, the men of the tent would come out and speak to the Hebrews, liken unto these words. Surely you know that we are brethren, but we are all descendants of Lot. I just said that, and the descendants of Abraham, his brother. For wherefore then will ye not remain with us? And wherefore will ye not eat our bread and our sacrifice? And when the children of Moab had thus overwhelmed him with their speeches and enticed him by their flattering words, they seated him in the tent and cooked and sacrificed for him, and he ate their sacrifice and their bread. They then gave him wine, and he drank and became intoxicated, and they placed before him a beautiful damsel, and he did with her as he liked, and he knew not what he was doing, as he had drunk plentifully of the wine. Then did the children of Moab to Israel in that place, in the plains of Shechem, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel on account of this matter, and he sent a pestilence among them, and there died of the Israelites 24,000 men. Now there was a man of the children of Simeon whose name was Zimri, the son of Salu, who connected himself with a Midianite, Cosbi, daughter of Zor, king of Midian, in the sight of the children of Israel. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw this wicked thing which Zimri had done, and he took a spear, rose up, and went after them, and pierced them both, slew them, and the pestilence ceased from the children of Israel. Okay. Any comments on that? What I read?
Shalom, sir. And Brother Leonard, in verse 60, that kind of makes me believe that that's what the daughters did to Lot.
Right.
Because this seemed like they continue those ways.
Right. So you see what they did, right? They caused the Israelites to defile themselves.
Right. Yes, sir.
That's what we're doing now with the New Testament, with JC. We're constantly defiling ourselves. That's the objective. See that?
Right. Right.
Like I was saying before, when in Isaiah chapter 7, when they say 7 and 14, when it says that a virgin conceived and bore a son, we know that's a lie because of that son. That's Isaiah's son. And when you go back and read that, Isaiah got three sons in the book of Isaiah. And that one right there that they say JC is the one that he went to his wife, the prophetess, in chapter 8, and she conceived and bore the son. Before that boy was able to know good and evil, the two kings that had came in chapter 7, verse 1, they had got rid of them. They took the whole thing out of context. So anyway, he says that they objected, those two kings that came in chapter 7, their objective was to take the son of David off the throne, which was Ahaz. So then it tells you it causes a breach. If it's not the son of David on the throne, out of David lineage, it's a breach in Israel. And when you talk about a breach, it's like being cursed, the whole nation being cursed. So they came and did the same thing in Matthew. They stuck JC and David lineage. That's the first thing they did in chapter 1. In Malachi, they give you the lineage of Jesus, stuck him in David lineage. So it's a breach in Israel. And if you're going along with that, you part of that breach. Okay? With that song? So with that being said, you're gonna pick a scripture and we'll read it, break it down, then we'll close out.
All right. Yeah. Brother Leonard, since you had just mentioned that, can we go to 1 Chronicles 2 and 19?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm trying to gotta find that right quick. But this is about the plumb line you showed me. How in Matthew they say that Shetul is Zerubbabel's father.
Right.
And so wait, First Chronicles 2:19. I'm sorry. All right, so First Chronicles 2:19, and it says, or wait, this is First Chronicles 2. Yeah, First Chronicles 2:19. So it says in this might be the wrong. Asher, the father of Jerish, and Caleb, the son of Hezron. I might have wrote down the wrong verse. Let me go to Second Chronicles. I'm the First Chronicles. Okay. I'm sorry, Brother Lynn. I done marked. I guess I marked the wrong verse.
Okay. What verse you was looking for?
The one that says Padiah is Zerubbabel's father.
Okay, so where you at? You in Second Chronicles?
Yes, sir. I got it written down as First Chronicles 2:19, but that's
Go to
not
Second Chronicles. Go to Second Chronicles 2:19. See if that's it.
Nah, because this about
Second Kings or First Kings. You got First Kings 2:19?
First Kings 2:19.
Go to Second or First Kings. Yeah.
That. Mm-hmm.
You got it?
9. Seeing Bathsheba set on the Solomon. I see this about Bathsheba.
Second Kings 2:19. Might be yeah, Second Kings 2:19.
Second Kings. Yeah, I went to first as well.
Yeah, see it, that's it.
Cause I had just wrote this down. Dang, cause I was just watching a video.
Right.
But I must have been writing. Writing too fast. So 36. What's that? 36.
No, they ain't it either.
Cause it was a verse in it, cause the verse I actually hadn't seen before, and I was like, how did I miss this? And but they were reading off the lineages of Padiah, and I could have promised it was in Chronicles. Mishram, Joel, the son of the half tribe of Manasseh, Padiah. Okay, yes, sir. And so it's First Chronicles 3:19. That's what I messed up. Yes, sir. And so it says they got all these crazy names. And the sons of Jeconiah,
Right.
Asher, Shetiel, his son, Malkarim also, and Padiah.
Right.
And then in verse 19 it says, and the sons of Padiah were Zerubbabel
Right.
and Shimei.
So how you rightly divide that? Remember what he said, that Jeconiah, which is Jehoiakim, is cursed. He ain't gonna have no seed.
Right.
So when you go back and look at that, I can find the verses. He got killed, and they threw him over the wall or whatever. Because he didn't have no kids. So Padiah had to be a kinsman redeemer,
Mm-hmm.
just like with Boaz and Ruth.
And so the kinsman redeemer is when the husband dies, and so a brother has to bring forth a seed from that
Yeah,
husband's wife. Okay.
right. Remember in with Judah done when he slept with the Canaanite woman, she had 3 sons, and the first 2 went into the woman and took it and pulled out, didn't have no son, and then the Lord of hosts killed her. So that means that last boy had to be a kinsman redeemer, but Judah kept him away from her, and so the lady went and played the harlot and went up there where he should have sheep at, and he ended up going into it. That's how you get the lineage of Judah right there. There was a kinsman redeemer involved in that. Remember, she had Tamar. She had 2 kids, 2 twins, twin boys.
Right. Yes, sir.
The same story, kinsman redeemer. So Zerubbabel was Padiah was the kinsman redeemer for Joachim,
Mm.
and it's fulfilling the scripture because he told him nobody sitting upon the throne of David is gonna come out of this link out of him. So Zerubbabel didn't come out of him, came out of Padiah. You see it?
Right. Yes, sir. He came
Right,
out of
yeah.
Padiah's loins, but
Right.
he's Shetiel's son
Right.
legally.
And it's still out of David's lineage.
Mm.
Right. Yeah. So back, I was trying to answer the brother question about the Sabbath. So based on what has happened to us as a people and how they hoodwinked us on so many things, we got on the calendar that we keep every day. You got 6 days and a Saturday. Saturday is the Sabbath. So understanding that we not just like with sacrifices, we can't sacrifice because we don't have the animals. That's how the Creator hid His face from us. He took away the animals and all the things for us to sacrifice to Him because we had defiled it. We was defiling Him. Going to get some. So that's how He hid Himself. He allowed them to get hold our records and skew our records. Took away the flocks that we needed to sacrifice to Him. And so all we can do now is we know every seven days, Saturday is the 7th day. Shabbat. Keep that. Find you some channel or some people that's knowledgeable of the scriptures and build off of that. Because it's gonna come a day when the Shabbat and all that's gonna be revealed to us when we get back to where we're going. But right now we know we keep it 6 days. Saturday is the Shabbat. That's how that work. All this other stuff and people is they off because we in a place where we in captivity. So it's, and then how we got there in the first place was when the Lord of hosts came to Egypt and delivered us out of Egypt. Then He introduced all that stuff to us. Now He hid His face from us. So when He revealed His face to us again, and we come back together with Him, He's gonna reveal it to us again. So that's how that works. Okay, yeah. So do you want to conversate, man? My number is 337-802-0889. So it's on you whether you want to chop that up or not. Okay. So you good, AJ?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna say shalom, and another shalom. We got our Shabbat class tomorrow. We got one in the morning from 10 to 12 a.m. Central Time. Then we come back in the evening from 6 to 7 to close out the Shabbat. So I see everybody in the morning that want to engage at 10 o'clock. Shalom. Shalom and another shalom.
Shalom.
I highly recommend that you get this book and you read it because it's a must that you understand who God head is in the order that's in the Old Testament in Tanakh, because it's not the same as in the New Testament. And when you read this and you get an understanding, then the scriptures open up, and then you begin to understand. So I highly recommend that you get this book. It's the Elohim of Israel, and it's a breakdown on the word Elohim and who the God of Israel is, and the Godhead.